It's day 4 of the search and rescue efforts following the catastrophic earthquakes that rocked Turkey and Syria. And with every minute that passes, crews on the ground are in an agonizing race against the clock to find survivors.
Search and rescue teams are working hard to save the trapped people. If it was the first or the second day, we could save them alive. We have lost hope as we have entered the 4th day. They are trapped under the ground floor.
But with the death toll surpassing 20,000 people in both countries, more and more bodies are being pulled out from the rubble and laid to rest in mass burials.
This is doomsday itself. There are thousands of injured and dead. There's no family left without pain. People don't know what to do. We don't know what will happen.
Meanwhile, in Syria, the first aid convoy since the devastating earthquake entered the rebel-held northwestern parts of Syria through the Bab el-Hawa border crossing. The UN says that over 4 million people living in the area who are already dependent on humanitarian aid are in desperate need. And while aid to Turkey has been entering more smoothly, having it reach the different provinces on time is another issue.
There is no professional team. There is no team to remove the bodies or the survivors still under the rubble. Even though it's the 4th day, no one has come. No authority has come.
Amid growing criticism over the government's sluggish response, Turkish President Erdogan visited the heavily affected areas in his country, promising no one would remain homeless.
Certainly there have been shortcomings, as the conditions have been clear. It is impossible to be prepared to face a disaster like this.
With presidential elections in Turkey only 3 months away, Erdogan is more than aware of the possible political ramifications of Sunday's deadly quakes. He's likely thinking of the aftermath of a massive earthquake that rocked the region of Izmit, near Istanbul in 1999. Then Prime Minister Bulnet Ecevit, who was paralyzed by the magnitude of the disaster, was widely condemned for failing to mobilize quickly enough. And given that the current state of emergency is expected to end just days before the May vote, Erdogan might find himself in a dire political situation as his country reels from tragedy.